Hello and welcome to Redmen TV. Liverpool just drawn with West Ham United 1-1. It's the second game on the bounce. We've had the lead and we've ended up drawing the game 1-1. And I'm bitterly disappointed in the performance tonight, if I'm honest. I think, we've seen so many better performances. I don't think we created enough clear-cut chances in the game. Mane gets a goal that probably should have been ruled offside because, James Milner, after Adam Lallana, did some great work in the corner, was clearly offside. It's a shocking decision by the assistant referee. But Mane, good finish, ball in the back of the net. And early on in the game, it was a little bit end-to-end and stuff, but I always felt like we'd scored a few goals in that game. It did feel like Liverpool were going to be able to break West Ham down almost at will, and that wasn't the case at all. In fact, we struggled. I thought Hernandez actually did a very good job with Virgil van Dijk. There was a couple of times where he was pushing him in the back and nothing was called and stuff, and good play by him. I thought Antonio, the goal that they produced was brilliant. I think they'd obviously seen what they thought was a weakness, and they worked out a way to maybe exploit that. We play with a very, very high line. They shifted the ball. Antonio runs off of Naby Keita. Noble's, blocking Naby Keita, and it's a great finish by Antonio, and it's a great goal, to be fair to them. Not that I like to say that, not that I want to have to say that, but I do think that it was a good goal, good play. And, they hurt us from free kicks from those areas a few times in maybe 2 or 3 different ways. A late runner, someone heading the ball over. They tried it with Felipe Anderson, taking the ball and trying a shot from distance, which didn't really come from much. But they had great chances throughout the game and far more big chances, and Noble skies one over, and we were lucky to walk out of there with a point in the end. And about 30 minutes ago, you're thinking, come on, we can do this. Shaqiri comes on, yes, we've got enough time, and then the clock's whittling away. We've not really created anything. Divock has that big chance at the end, which again should have been called for offside, but Divock wasn't called for offside, and unfortunately just couldn't get it down and the shot off quickly enough, and it was a poor shot in the end, right down Fabianski's throat. And the pressure is massively on us now. I think, one of the things that I would say is, the performance wasn't great, and people will talk about it being because of the warm weather training camp in Dubai and all that type of stuff. I just think this is our dip. I can't remember how many games we're in now, but I think we've won something like 19, drawn 5, and lost 1 game in the Premier League. And you know what? It's a difficult period for us. I don't think we'd had a dip. And the dip's 2 draws at the moment. The gap's down to 3 points, but we'll be feeling the pressure big time now. Manchester City, Tottenham breathing down our next 3 points and 5 points behind us. By the time we next play, Manchester City will most likely be level with us on points, and it's how we respond to that. We're going to have to dig deep, and I think that Liverpool haven't been the same side since Trent Alexander-Arnold maybe went down. I think, the right-back spots really hurt us, and even late on in that game tonight against West Ham, Naby Keita's maybe picking the ball up, who I didn't think had a great game, by the way, but, when there was sort of 10 minutes left, there was only 1 pass on. It was to the right back, and the right back wasn't there where we're used to seeing maybe a Trent Alexander-Arnold, and that's no fault of James Milner. He's not a right back. He's not as fit as a Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's not able to get up and down that wing in quite the same way that Trent is able to, and that's really hurt our game, to be honest. And I think it's really hurt our attack. We're being quite slow and just laboured, I suppose. Roberto Firmino's touch, I don't know what happened second half. I don't know whether he changed boots or something, because it didn't look like he had his feet on the right legs, to be honest with you. Every pass that he seemed to make just was really poor. And, West Ham, to their credit, defended very well. They minimised the space in front of their back four. They made it difficult for us to play the ball into Mo Salah's feet and play off him. There was a couple of times where we sort of bundled it through, maybe with Naby Keita and that. And, they ended up saving it with the goalkeeper or with the defender, and, a bit of a deflection and stuff. And we didn't create enough opportunities there, and it's a massively disappointing game, that. It's massively disappointing because that's now 2 games on the bounce where we've not really created too much. And even thinking back to Brighton, we didn't really create too much either. And, I just wonder whether it's down to this right-back thing, and that's the only thing that I can think of. And it gives me a little bit of hope that when Trent's back, we'll hopefully start to play a little bit better. But right now, it looks like we're stalling. It looks like we're in a dip. We're going to have to dig deep. The pressure's on us. And we'll know whether we deserve to be league champions, over the next few games, I believe, because, a side that, deserves to be up there come the end of the season will be able to turn this around. We've got a big game against Bournemouth, 3 o'clock Saturday at Anfield. That's huge now. You know, Manchester City going away to Everton midweek, and then they've got a big game where I think they host Chelsea on the Sunday. It could be a pivotal week for us, but Tottenham aren't out with this title race either. Liverpool need to turn it on. Liverpool need to focus. Liverpool need to get back to doing what they were doing earlier on in the season, starting to put goals and starting to stop concede goals. Also, importantly as well, because our great form this season has not been built on the front three. Our great form this season was earlier on when we weren't conceding goals. That's what this season has been built upon, and that's what we need back. You know, Matip, the Joe Gomez injury, Lovren not being in the side, not having a right back, all difficult things to deal with. You know, I think we missed Jordan Henderson tonight. I think we missed Gini Wijnaldum massively tonight. We didn't really have the opportunity, the players on the bench, I felt, to really change that game. You know, Shaqiri comes in and tries hard, but it is what it is. That's sort of my review of the game. Obviously, I'm bitterly disappointed. Leave me yours in the comment section below, and I'll be back in the next couple of minutes with player ratings. So if you're watching this live and you want to watch the player ratings, you'll have to refresh your feed, so keep your eye on the Twitter as well. We'll probably put a tweet out to let you know when we're live and stuff. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Don't forget to like the video, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.